what is verifiability, why is it required, and going deep into like what Eigencompute is and what Eigencloud enables. So let me give you a brief about like who we are. So we're the largest US protocol in the US, managing $20 billion. We've raised $250 million, 170 million coming from A16Z. And we, over the last 2 years, we have built a protocol. We have more than 100 startups building on top of us. And like they've raised 500 million plus dollars. And right now we are stepping into a new era where we're building a cloud, a verifiable cloud, which allows you to uh, make verifiable apps. Now, let's start with like what is crypto? Now, you might have heard it is a scam. Is it meme coins? Is it trying to rewrite the financial system? Let me actually take a step back and get into the story. So there was this kid in India, 12-year kid in India, who had no access to a bank account or Stripe, no access to Wall Street or Silicon Valley, but he had access to the internet. He learned to program and build a community on the internet, and then um, had access to Ethereum. Ethereum is one of the blockchains, and he was able to deploy a financial app on it within a few minutes. And you might think that the person built a financial app, like who's going to give any money to this 12-year-old sitting in India? Like, what if this person takes my money? Or what if this kid is not even 12, or like he's not even from India, whatever. Like there's like a whole black box of like, what if the person steals? So there's a good chance the person gets nothing. But here's the reality. The person ended up getting $7 million in asset under management, and he was recognized by uh, one of the top icons in the industry, like Balaji, all because of one reason: the person wrote unstoppable verifiable code. So no one can, the person can't stop this program. You can never if you deposited $10, you'll always have that $10 in that program unless you withdraw it. And the person can't just stop the program and say like, okay, your money is destroyed. It's not possible. The second thing is verifiable. It made sure that it only the program does what it's supposed to do. So in this case, it was managing the money, it was putting it into lending protocols, all these things, just because of one thing: unstoppable verifiable code. Now, crypto is that. It's unstoppable verifiable systems. In 2009, Bitcoin was founded. It it started with unstoppable verifiable money. You can never stop Bitcoin. You can stop a bank, but you can't stop Bitcoin. Um, it started with the motive because banks were failing in '08, and Satoshi wanted to do this. So we have verifiable money. Then Ethereum came in 2015 and said, okay, you can transfer money with Bitcoin, but end of the day, you want to do more things. You can't just like transfer money around. So Ethereum came in and said, okay, I'm going to give you a computer. You can do whatever you want, and the whole program will be verifiable. And that's where smart contracts come in. These are apps slash programs within that computer, which the kid built. So the app was just code which can run on this computer, and it is unstoppable and verifiable. Then one more feature it has is this program can own property. Previously, only humans could own property, so you always had the risk on the human level. But now programs can own property. This program cannot be changed. This program is always unstoppable. So that's the financial apps being built. The finance being built on top of this is called unstoppable verifiable finance. That's what the kit built. And uh, Sorry, give me a minute. Um, yes, my bad. But here's a simple secret sauce behind it. Uh, Humans currently rule the world because humans have one superpower. They can coordinate in masses flexibly. But the biggest bottleneck behind coordination is trust. And removing trust, a trust bottleneck can let anyone innovate. Now, this all started. The most recent incident was when America was founded. It was founded with one principle, the rule of law, and everyone had property rights. And this led towards the free market explosion, where anyone can build companies now, anyone can start their own business, and they have skin in the game. Now, blockchains provide the same thing, but on a global level. Now, blockchains give digital rule of law. So, and this unlocks digital permissionless innovation, as we saw in the previous example, where the person was sitting in India, he deployed a program, and he was able to innovate on the financial rails. Now, where do these crypto apps actually come in place? We have a simple model for this. As you add additional commitment, you increase your TAM. And that's what I guess like most of you guys are going to care about. Like, or why should I build a crypto app? End of the day, I want to build a startup, and startups need to have TAM. So uh, let me start with a few examples. So Bitcoin, it made a simple, credible commitment. Um, a simple, credible, perpetual, credible commitment. So perpetual is the like it can never be changed. Like Bitcoin said that there will be only 21 million Bitcoins and you own your coin. No one can steal it from you. And that led Bitcoin to having $2 trillion now. So as um, the global currencies are losing trust, um, Bitcoin is accruing all the value. Now comes Aave. Aave is the lending protocol, and it also made a simple, credible commitment. It said borrowers will always be solvent, which in other words is also they borrowers, everything needs to be over collateralized. So the lender will never lose money, and this system currently has $40 billion. uh, and this is what it looks like. Then you might have heard of Polymarket. The same case with them. They came in and said we are going to give everyone free market odds, and they've had more than, I think, $100 billion in volume. So that's what crypto apps enable. As you get more trust, sorry, as you reduce the trust bottleneck, you increase your TAM, and you can innovate easily. Now, what we want you guys to do is build ambitious crypto apps. Now, what can you build? So there are four things which you can build. Is one, you can disrupt the existing Web2 incumbents. You can build trust in this AI era where you can't really trust your AI with money because it's almost the same case as like the 12-year-old where what if the CI steals your money? And the other things is rewrite societal scale incentives and build fun apps. Now, I'll get into all of this right now. Uh, the other four examples, uh, Facebook, you can give like a basic credible commitment that any privacy upgrade needs majority voting. So if currently, whenever you have like a terms and conditions upgrade change, you can either accept the change or delete the app. But when you build crypto apps, what you can do is when you build a Facebook on Eigencloud, for example, you can make this credible commitment in the code that if I want to change the if I want to ever change the terms and conditions, the majorities should say yes. And YouTube, the same case, YouTube should be able to make the credible commitment that they'll always get like 80% of the rewards, so like 50% of the rewards. They shouldn't come tomorrow and say that, okay, I'm going to take 90% of the pie and you're just going to get 90, you're just going to get 10%. So that's one more unlock. Uber, same case, like the app can make credible commitment that the Uber driver will always get more than like 90% of the reward, 90% of the earnings. OpenAI, same case right now. They're training on your data, and uh, a nicer version of it would be if they trained on your data, then you should receive rewards based on the usage and the value you provided. Now comes to build trust in the AI era. In the AI era, AI can deepfake everything, but we know that blockchains are verifiable computers. Uh, you can never fake a cryptographic signature. So that's what crypto apps enable here, where uh, you can have apps uh, which are protected from like faking everything. So these are a few examples here. So today you are there's like a very limited intent solution. So for example, in Robinhood, you want to buy like $10, $100 of Robinhood or Hood shares, then you can do that. But with AI, this is enabled, and like, why do you need it to be verifiable? It's the same case. You want to remove the counterparty risk. The shouldn't, people don't need to trust you to, people don't need to trust you to actually um, go and swap this money, or like they don't need to trust you so to not steal the money and do the job. So you can get this with the AI program, because that's what we enable. Same with DeFi. You can make it more intelligent. Governance is like, there are a few examples. I think the one which interests me the most is DeSci. So this is AI science. You can build an AI scientist, like a simple discovery agent which takes in data sets and produces outputs. And currently, uh, in the research landscape, there is a huge uh, they're not getting enough funding recently because of the changes. So you can write this AI program which is supposed to do a simple thing to, like, I will only research about COVID-19, or I will only research about cancer, and then put it on Eigencloud, and uh, later you can get the funding for this. Uh, Next comes rewrite societal incentives. Currently, education institutes, like, it's just a one way. You pay them 200K, and they don't really have skin in the game. But what if you can make a terrible commitment here too? So you can say that, um, okay, I'm going to give 10% of my future earnings to MIT in exchange for the education. So now MIT is going to make sure, or the institution is going to make sure that, okay, I will make sure this person succeeds because incentives are aligned. Now, same with healthcare, and climate, legal. This is a completely awesome field. I think um, this is one more area, space you can play around with. Build fun apps. This is uh, more crypto related, but the one idea which excites me the most is the reality TV show. We have a 5K bounty on this, where you can build an AI which adjudicates someone singing, or like there is you adjudicate Love Island. You make sure that the AI decides on, like, who's gonna go to the next round. You don't really need the people to vote. You just have it's somewhat exciting to see, like, a random AI to make these random decisions. And then why do you need it to be verifiable? Is there's money at stake here, at some or social capital at stake here. So cool. Now this is what has happened in the last few years. Uh, we started with Bitcoin, which was like a $5 compute. It was like a Raspberry Pi scale. That's what you can do. Then Ethereum came in. It was like $100 hardware. You can build verifiable finance. Solana came in with a server scale hardware. This is like $10,000, and you can run Nasdaq here. But what we want you to build is verifiable agents, and this requires billions of dollars of hardware, and that's what we are building. We're building uh, a cloud scale um, cloud scale crypto platform, where you can build millions of agents which can handle trillions of dollars. And this is what it ideally looks like. Currently, in the current landscape, you have to build your app logic in the same in Ethereum, but now you can extend it out to Eigencloud, where you can have Eigencloud to do all the calculations and then make the money movements on Ethereum. So ideally, how it will look like for you developers is you write any app you want, turn it into a Docker image, upload it on Eigencompute, and then the Eigencompute, which is in a trusted execution environment, will give you signatures of all the actions of every output which is done. I will shortly show a demo of how this is going to look like. We are releasing the CLI exclusively for HackMIT participants over the weekend. So I'll share the demo real quick here. Okay. So this is what our CLI is going to look like. You're going to run eigen app create, name your project, select a language, and it will quickly give you a template here real quick. Sorry, let me move this. And you have to simply do eigen app deploy, and you'll have it running on our compute platform. And it's we'll share a quick start later tomorrow, and you can play around with this. So from this example, you can see it's going to do the most basic example is it's going to create your wallet and print the print the wallet address. But we'll have two demos, which two apps which we'll be building during our next workshop on the 13th. The first example would be uh, a private guess game. So what will happen is at the beginning of the game, a number will be drawn, and you have to pay a fee to guess the number. And as you get near the number, it will give you guesses back. It will give you hints back. So like if a number is in a 25% range, it will say like it is hot, it is warm, and then the price of the guess keeps going up, and only you know the number. So when other people have to guess the number, they'll just come and bribe you and say, okay, I I will give you 50% of my earnings if you tell me this number. And finally, the person who guesses the number right is gonna get it. This all sounds pretty complicated when I'm explaining it, but it's gonna be pretty fun when I show it around on September 13th. Cool. And yeah, sounds great. This was my demo. And if you have any questions, feel free to message me on Discord. And yeah.